This is chapter 3 of the Wisha newspaper. And the planet is called Aver. It's Aver. Aver. And they make stuffed animals. So this really is kind of an interesting story. It's a little long, but it is kind of interesting. So you can listen to it.
03. Aver planet. The people are cultivars in the galaxy Aver. Make stuffed animals. When I got here it was raining very hard and forgot my hat. The bus station is in the Wisha Hotel and it is not very far anyway, so I just ran there trying to avoid the big mud puddles. When I got to the bus station door it was locked and I could not get in. I hammered on the door and finally someone come to the door. I said I am Jack Wisha. He unlocked the door and let me in. He said, "Glad you could make it here." I said, "How come the door was locked?" He said, "We was just closing for the night. The bus station is supposed to be open 24 hours a day, as of last month." He said, "There is no one to run this little post here except me, so when I go home I have to lock the doors. Have they tried to hire someone to help you out and work all night?" He said, "We did, but the first time we got robbed we closed up at night. There is someone here all night long, but the door is locked unless we know who it is and the bus just come in. You are 10 minutes early. We try to unlock the door just as the bus comes in. So how can I help you anyway?" "I guess you don't know who I am, do you?" He said, "I am sorry, I don't know who you are. I am Jack Wisha. I am the owner of the Wisha newspaper and the bus line. So really you work for me." He said, "Wow, no one said you would ever be here in person. I make my rounds once every 6 months to a year. So how did I miss this one the last time I was around in this part of Averes?" He said, "Wow, glad to meet you, Jack. I know which room is yours. It is the only one we don't use here and the biggest one. It must be yours." I said, "Yes it is." He headed for the stairs and I followed him and we went upstairs and down a long hall and he opened the door and I went in. I said, "Thank you very much, and would you call me at 10 a.m. in the morning for a wake-up call?" He said, "Okay, but you will hear a knock on the door. We don't have the phones hooked up yet." "Okay, then I will talk to you in the morning then." I then closed the door and got out of my wet cloths and took a hot shower. Turned on the TV set and watched the news here on this planet. Many things were going on here and had to get as much news as I can while I was here. I recorded as much of the news I could and just left it on until it shut off. When it shut off I turned the tape over and recoded more. I will review it in the morning. I sat and watched TV for a while and then I heard a knock at the door and I said, "Thank you," and got up. The TV was still on and I watched some of it while I was getting dressed. Many interesting things were going on here. Have to get some first-hand news. I might be here all day long, and take the night bus to the next place. I am going to leave my handbag here because I plan to come back later to do my report so I can send it in when I get on the bus tonight. I got dressed and went downstairs and got something to eat. When I got done I said I needed a phone book and phone to use. The guy behind the counter said there is a room you can use to make all your calls from. He took me out back of the counter and into this room that looked like a small office. There was stuff everywhere. He said I wanted you to see this too. This is the manager's office and he is almost never here, and when he is all he does is sit and make phone calls. Then I said, "Who is the one that is taking care of the bills and training the help?" The guy said, "I do most of everything around here that needs to be done." I looked at him and said, "If you called the office we would have sent someone out to do training and even hired a new manager. That is one reason I am here, is to make sure that the place is run right and everything is taken care of. Okay, what I want you to do is just tell everyone that works here there is a meeting tonight at 6. Is there some place that we can meet that we will not be bothered for a while? He said there's a banquet room that is not used any longer. I said that will work just fine. Have it set up, and I would like for you to cook chicken pizza for supper tonight. Hope everyone likes pizza. He said everyone likes pizza. Set up one table with the pizza and drinks, that way everyone can serve themselves. He said okay. At 6 sharp then. I said yes, that will work. Then it said to make sure we are on the same page with the pizza. Homemade yeast crust, with pizza sauce, diced chicken, cooked at 450 for 12 minutes. He said that is the way we do it here too. I said great, and now it's time for me to get some phone calls down. I started cleaning off the disk so at least I can use it, and he left. Finally got the top of the desk cleaned off, and I put everything on a chair beside me. I got the phone book out and I called all the companies I could get a hold of that was in the phone book. I wrote all the companies and phone numbers down in my book. When I get back to my office, I will have one of the girls put it in the database for this planet, and over time we can do some follow-up. I guess I am going to be here for 2 or 3 days now. I called the office and said I need one of the innkeeper trainers here by morning, if you can get one to come all the way out here. She said I will take care of it, and I know just the right one to send to. We will see who she sends. It is almost lunchtime, and I picked up everything and put it in my sack and went out front and sat down. A waiter come over and said, "What can I get for you today?" I said I would like a French fry and chicken sandwich. He said, "Coming right up." The guy from the front desk come over and said, "I have talked to everyone that works here, but I cannot find the manager any place." I said, "When does he come around?" "Most of the time. He is here today and tomorrow doing stuff around here, but I have not seen him today." I tried to call him, but there was no answer. I said, "Keep trying on and off today. By one of these times he will answer or even come in." He said that is all I can do. It was not long when the waiter comes out with my food. Oh wow, no way, the food looked half done and even smelled bad. I said I cannot accept this and send it back. I got up and followed him back to the kitchen, and what I found was terrible. The kitchen was a mess, and things and food was everywhere. "Wow," I said, "who is in charge of this kitchen?" This little old lady come out of nowhere and said, "I am in charge here, and who are you?" I said, "I am Jack Wisha, the owner of this inn." She said, "I have been here now for 20 years and I have never seen you before." I said, "For some reason this place was not on the bus route until lately, when someone here requested newspapers delivered here. Until then we missed it. I remember there was a guy here when it opened way back with, and he was here for almost a year and had almost everything set up, and he said he was heading back to the office next week, and when he left we never seen anyone else come here. I remember there was a bus crash and almost everyone died on that bus. It must have been him. He had to have been on the bus. Yes, I remember that there was one salesman that never did check back in. We wondered where he was. I will check into that. I was just wondering why no one called the main office to see what was going on. We did call, but everything we got some. She said she never heard of this place and just hung up on us. So after a while we just gave up. There would have been no way we would have known of this place unless except through the salesman that come here and set everything up. If he did not take the time to go back to the office through that whole year, we would have not known about this place." She said, "Okay, now what is going to happen?" I said, "There's a meeting here at 6 tonight and I want you to call out for a pizza, okay?" She said, "There's a good pizza place we can call and have them deliver." I said, "That will be fine. Just make sure that there is enough pizza for everyone to have at least 4 pieces each, okay?" She said, "I will take care of it. Now I want you to close the kitchen down and clean and get some of the ones that clean rooms down here to help you clean up the kitchen, okay?" She said, "We will take care of it." I left and went back out the front desk and said, "Where is there a dinner or some place I can get something to eat?" He said, "Go out the door and go left and it is 6 doors down." I said, "Thank you," and left. I walked down the street and counted the doors. I got to the little dinner and sat down. She come over and sat a menu down and walked off. I look at what they had and I guess I can really have the fries and chicken sandwich. That is what I ordered, and when it come it looked good. It was good and I ate it all. I got up and paid for it. Their system was the same system we have in Wisha. I wonder why. After I paid the bill I said, "Where is the bank around here anyway?" He said, "Go out the door and take a left and go 5 doors down and you will come to the Wisha bank." I said, "Thank you." I left, and when I got to the bank I said, "Wow, it is really the Wisha bank." I went in and the place looked clean and really good. I went up to one of the tellers and said, "I would like to take to the manager or owner of the bank." She said, "Have a seat over there and he will be right with you." It was not very long when the manager come out and said, "How I can help you is we have to talk in private." He said, "Why?" Then I said, "My name is Jack Wisha." His eyes got big and said, "Follow me." I followed him into this big conference room and said, "It has been a long time since anyone has come here." I said, "How many times have you tried to call the main office?" He, "About once a week for that last 20 years, and every time we finally get someone they say, 'We do not know who you are but I cannot help you. Make that call right now and let me listen." He make the call and the voice said, "Please leave a message and we will get back to." Then he called right back and someone answered the phone and he said his name and the bank and where he was, and the land said, "I am sorry, we cannot help you, call back later." I said, "Ask her name." He said, "Can I have your name please?" She hung up. I said, "Let me have the phone." I called the number I have and she answered and I said, "What does this number go to?" I gave her the number and she said it was the number to the old salesman home. I said, "Now it is coming together." Then I hung up and said, "Where have you been sending all the profits to all these years?" He said, "We direct deposit all the money in this account." He handed me the paperwork. I said, "I bet that isn't the name of the old salesman account. The one you called was his wifey. I guess he had told her to say that so no one would know that it was not really the main office of the Wish newspaper." Wow, we would have never known if someone did not call to have newspaper delivered here now. The bank manager said that is the only way you found out who even was here was when someone finally ordered newspapers from the main office. I said that is the only way we found out this place even existed. I said, "Let me get this straightened out and don't make any deposits into any account until you hear from here, okay?" The manager said, "Okay, we can do that." Then I said, "The guy that said this all up died in a bus crash way back 20 years ago, and his wife never told us about this planet either. She has been living off the money you sent her every month for that last 20 years. The bank manager said, "All the business that the Wish newspaper owns deposit all the profits here and we deposit it in that account every month. Some months we had deposited over 20,000 in that account. And it has been as low as 5,000 a month. So we will have all the deposits we have made over the years all printed out when you come back, okay?" I said, "That will be fine." I took out my ID and showed it to him and he makes a copy of it so everyone would know who I am when I come in. I left the bank and headed for the deeds office to see what name everything is in. I got there and I said I would like to see all the deeds to all the property that is owned by the Wish newspaper. The guy looked at me and said, "I need to see your ID." I gave it to him and he said, "Just a minute." He went and got all the deeds to the land and buildings. After I looked at them I see that I even signed them. I remember getting them in the mail and signing them and sending them back with a check for each one. He said, "I guess you own the bus station, the inn, and even the bank. You even own 4 or 5 more business here too." I said, "Can I get copies of all of them please?" He said, "Sure." He went back and made copies and passed them to me and I said, "How much?" He said, "For it this is free." He then said, "I want to see the look on the face of the manager of the inn over there. He thinks he owns all these buildings here. He comes in every year and pays the taxes on them with a Wish newspaper check." I said, "Really? Thank you for your information." It was almost time for the bus to come in and I headed toward the bus station. Just as I got there the bus landed and wow, it was my son Junior got off. I said, I guess your mom wanted to get rid of you. I said, what did you do now? He said, all I did was threw her a birthday party early and she was mad because all those people showed up and we had a good time dancing and singing and eat all we could. Mom did have a good time though. But she said you won't pay for it and here I am. I said we have a lot of work to do here and follow me to the inn. We both walked back to the inn and went in and I went up to the front desk. The guy said I finally got a hold of the manager and he was mad at something. I said, where is he right now? He is in the banquet room with everyone else. I said, by the way, what is the name of the manager anyway? He told me and I remember the old salesman's name and I think that is his brother. So he will find out. I told my son that and she said, okay, what is going on? I said, you will find out soon enough. I said, go in and sit down and I will be right in. I went to the office I used that morning and called the office and she said, hello. I said, it is Jack and I need 2 guards on the next bus out here. She said, where are you? I said, you sent my son here this morning. She said, oh okay. I said, ever remember? Then she said, I don't remember ever hearing about that planet you are on. I know things are messed up here. Okay, this is what is going on. Do you remember the old salesman we sent out to get the planets set up to deliver newspapers to and set up the bus station, in and banks on all the planets? Well, he got this one all set up and keep all the money from it for himself. He died before he could finish it. He died in a bus crash coming back from Aver and his wife and brother took over this work but they did not know that everything was not in place until his brother come here and set the rest of it up. Somehow someone here wanted the newspaper and he said he would get the paper delivered but really never did. He set up his own paper and delivered it to the place every day. Until one day the paper did not come and they called the main office on Wisha and wonder why their paper was not delivered and that is how we found out there was even a planet here that we delivered the paper to. So that is how we found out this place even existed. She said, wow. All this time and all that money, where did it all go? I said the guy's wife and his brother got it all. So now we are going to see if we can get some of it back. I want you to call our bank and have them call the bank here to set things up on their end and to see if they can trace the bank account and empty the account out and transfer it all into ours. She said, okay, we'll do. I said, have to go, we'll call later with more. She said, okay. I got up and headed for the banquet room. It was 6 now and it was time to eat. I got there and went down front and said, it is time to eat. I was first in line. I took almost all of one pizza and it has been a long day. Everyone got up and started through the line. Someone come over and sat down and said, I am the manager here and who are you? I said, I am Jack Wisha, the owner of Inn and Bank and even the bus station. The manager said, no you don't. I do. I said, really? I opened my case and took out all the deeds to all the property and showed him. All the property is in my name and you paid all the property taxes all those years for me. I said, thank you and you can keep your job only if you plan to give us all the money back that is owed to us over the years and we will call it even. But if you do not cooperate with us, you will be going to jail with hard labor for the rest of your life. It is up to you to decide what you want to do. He said there is a lot of money left in the account but his wife has a separate account with a lot in it. I can tell you the account number because I deposit money every month in it. I said, okay, we will take care of this later. We sat and ate and watched everyone go back up for more. I even went up for more. The pizza here was really good. When it seemed everyone was done, I got up and went down front. When I get there, everyone quieted down. I said, my name is Jack Wisha. I am the owner of the Wisha newspaper, the bus station, the inn and dinner, the Wisha bank, and there is 4 or 5 other places here that I own. Everyone just kind of looked at me strange. It is kind of a long story why I am here now and not many years ago. But here is the gist of it. We had sent out a salesman to buy land and build a bus station, an inn, and a bank on all the planets we will be delivering newspapers to. We provide bus service to all the planets that we know of and anyone and go any place in the known world we live in. We did not even know that the bus service was even coming here all those years, and we did deliver newspapers too. The phone numbers were changed on the paper before they were delivered, so if anyone called that number it went to the manager's phone number here, not the main office here. Until one time someone delivered the papers with changing the phone number, and someone called us to complain they did not receive a newspaper. We did some follow-up, and for some reason we never got paid for delivering all those papers all those years and never even know about it. We deliver newspapers to 120 planets per day, and if one slips through, and I guess it took a long time for us to find out mistake. Without that phone call we would have never even know that we even delivered newspapers to this planet even. For some reason the invoice was deleted and just was never paid for, or was paid and never any follow-up was done. Then I looked at the manager and he said nothing. So now it'll be a different time for everyone. We will set up training programs, even more pay if things work out, and we do things differently now than the way we ever did. So things will change for the better now. Everyone was clapping and shouting. I got up and was ready to leave when the guy at the front desk come and got me. I followed him out to the front desk and I did not know who this person was. The guy said he was from the IRS and he said we need to talk. I said okay, and I took him into the small office. He said we have been doing some following up of our own, and for the past 20 years there has not been any taxes paid by all the business that you own from here. What is going on? I said I just found out that one of our salesmen keep this place for this only and never told us about this place. We found out about it 4 days ago when someone called up because their newspaper was not delivered. Then I did some checking and could not find anything about Aver, so I come here and this is what I found out so far. The salesman's brother and his wife have been running it all those years under the Wisha name. Even the deeds are in my name all those years, and the manager is this guy's brother and he has been paying the bills and the taxes on the land too. The bother, and the guy's wife has all the money. And they have all the paperwork on how much they have made over the years, and if they did not pay the taxes on the wages I have no idea on that. That was the responsibility of the manager to pay them. The IRS man said yes it is, and it is on you for not paying Fed taxes on earnings. But I never had any earnings of this place. We never even saw a dime from here. All the money is still here, or him or his wife spent it all. So what has to be done? I don't even have control of everything yet. Everything is still in the manager's name and the guy's name. The IRS guy said, well then you will have to get back to me when you get things back to the way they should be. I said I will just as soon as I can get things straightened out here. I will call you when I get things done here. He got up and left the office. I called the office and she said hello. I said the IRS was here and wanted to know when they expected a payment from all the bad taxes we owe. I said we never had income from this place, and if we did we would have included when we did our yearly taxes. Then he said I guess that would have worked. He left and boy we got a lot to do here. She said did Junior get there yet? I said he did, and he even sat through the speech I made tonight, and we all had pizza too. Wow, she said. Pizza again, don't that get old sometimes? I said it does, but I like to try new stuff here too. She said when you get back you can take care of a lot of that here. I said I have got a lot to do here first. I will talk to you in the morning. She said okay and hung up. I got up and went out to the front desk. I said if you need anything let me know, okay? I said my kid is here, Jack Jr., and put him in a room down the hall, okay? He said okay, and I went to my room. I just got to my room and the phone rang, and it was the front desk asking for me to accept a check for a room or not. I said, do you accept checks all the time? He said we do if they come from the bank here, but we don't if they come from a bank we do not know. I said take it and get a copy of their ID, okay? He said okay and hung up. I called back down and said if you need anything else done call Junior, okay? He said okay. I sat down and watched TV some and went to bed. It has been a long day. I got up and went downstairs and it was not long. Junior, come and sit down. I said, why Zero, who can take care of everything here now? I passed him the titles of all the land and buildings we own here. I said, check them all out and see if they are running okay. He said he would. I said, I want you to go to the bank with me and set up things with them there. He said, okay, let's eat first and then we will go to the bank. We placed our orders and he said, why are you eating here this morning? I said the kitchen was to be cleaned from top to bottom by this morning. I am going out back to see how it looks now. I went out and the kitchen looked like a kitchen again. I did not see the little old lady today. I said to one of the cooks, where is the little old lady today? For some reason she quit last night and said she would not be back. What was her name anyway? She told me and then I said, was it the Manger's sister? He said yes it was. I said okay and went back out into the dinner. Just then the manager walked in and sat down and said, I have found all the paperwork that you will need to get things the way you want them. I will help as much as I can to get things straightened out for you. I looked at him and said, your sister quit last night and said she would not be back. He said she called me and I told her what was going on and she said she will not work there any longer. It was time for her to retire anyway. She is 90 now. I said it is time for her to take it easy now. It was not long before they brought out our breakfast and it looked good today. We ate and we both went back to his office and it looked like he cleaned up the office this morning. The desk was clean and the stuff in the chair is gone too. He had a stack of papers on the desk. He said this was all he could find that had to do with the inn. Then I said, how many other business did you run under the name Wisha? He looked at me and said slowly, 25 other companies all over the place. We used the money we made from all the other businesses and started more. You are listed as owner on all of them. We went through the paperwork and you signed them and sent them back to us all those years. I said, wow, I remember signing some forms and titles but did not realize that all of them were for you here. Then once in a while I wondered why I never heard from any of the companies I started and any bills that come from them. Now I know why you took care of all the business of them. Then I said, I still want you to run them as you always has, but now put yourself on payroll and send all the profits to the bank and change the account number at the bank where to send the money. I will give you the numbers. We will go to the bank together and get this all taken care of. I still want to keep you on here. The only thing now is you have a boss and all the profits goes to the main office instead of your accounts. He said that will work too because we will still have an income but not so much to worry about now either. We went down to the bank and took care of everything that needs to be done. When I got back I said, I want you to spend some time showing Junior how you run everything and all the companies that you run and how they are run. I want him to learn how you keep everything working all those years by yourself. He said it will take a while to get this all done but I will do it for you. I said thank you and I said, well, it is time for me to get some lunch. I am going down the street to that little dinner. Do you guys want to go? He said the dinner is one of the businesses you own now. I said, wow, okay, let's go. After we got down eating we went back to the inn and went into his office. I am heading out to another planet. I have go to get some ads for the newspaper and Junior can take care of everything here now. I got up and went to my room and packed and headed to the bus station. I was out of here. On to the next place. Story by John Rowland 3, Jack Wisha.
Well, we'll see you on the next story.